Alright, I'm back right now and just giving y'all another vlog. Right now I'm doing my laundry at Spin Laundry Lounge. Yeah, over here in Portland. And from what I can see, it's pretty decent. They got a nice assortment of washers, dryers, little lounge area where you can get some coffee, a latte, maybe even some red wine, and an arcade upstairs. Now, since I got a little bit of time, what I'm going to do is go over my review of the first city that I went to when I was on my vacation in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle. Now, Seattle, I gotta say, I like it because you can walk around almost everywhere. I mean, walking is very fast. Every single thing that you need to get to, a lot of times it's going to be within a 1.5 mile radius, 1.5, 2 mile radius. I mean, I walked from Union Bay to the Space Needle. Now, if you got Google Maps open, you'll know that that looks kind of far when you look at it. But realistically, it's not a long walk. I mean, like maybe it took me 30 minutes, if that, to be able to get there. And really, the only reason why I bothered to take the bus was just to be able to see how good the public transportation is. Which I have to say, Seattle, I don't know what it is, but I think y'all need to improve some things there. Because I think Portland is a bit better when it comes to their public transportation, especially with the options that you have. I mean, like I log on to your website to be able to add funds to my account that I got, and it took over a day for it to be able to come through. So, I don't know really what's wrong. Now, other than that, it is definitely going to be one of the cities that I would go to live. If I was going to stay in the western half of this country, it's definitely top 3. And another one would be Portland and San Francisco. Tomorrow when I'm at the Portland airport, I'll tell y'all about what I think about Portland. Now when it comes to Seattle, lots and lots of hills. I mean, my quadriceps, wow, lots of hills, all right, and that would take some getting used to on my part if I was going to be able to walk around a good amount, or I'd possibly consider purchasing a car. But then again, depending on where I worked at, I mean, like the ideal for me would be able to get a job, not really have to be able to get around with a car. I could either bike, take public transportation, or walk. And I've already seen that walking is a really viable option. I mean, like I walked everywhere. Well, except for when I left the airport that was in Tacoma, came to my Airbnb that was on Martin Luther King Drive, and my trip from where I was at on Martin Luther King Drive to the King Station, that is where I took an Amtrak from Seattle to Portland. Outside of that, I walked pretty much everywhere. So, I mean, Seattle, it's pretty decent. I mean, like I got myself a lining. Well, this line is actually touched up from one of the barbers here. Now, the thing about it is that I've never had a lining done where a guy went over like this area right here with some scissors. That was a little strange to me. And I mean, like I like going to certain places that I consider living at or owning property and then getting a haircut. Just because then if I'm gonna live here, I gotta know like what the camaraderie is gonna be like. I gotta know how they kind of do things, because every single barbershop I've ever been to, and I'll say this, I'm from Chicago, all right? So every barbershop that I've ever been to that is outside of Chicago has a unique kind of flavor. And one thing I did notice, at least in between Portland and Seattle, is that, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's that no one really asked me if I wanted to like take care of my mustache and my beard, or when they were going over my lining, go over it with a razor. That was kind of strange to me. I mean, in Chicago they do that, and in Mississippi they definitely do that. I'm not sure if they do that in New York. I kind of forgot about that because the only thing that stood out about New York was that they went over my, like when they're trying to clean you up, the disinfectant, they sprayed me with it instead of, you know, moistening like a towel or a cotton ball or something like that and then going over this area. But after the guy did that, he used a blow dryer. And I think that's kind of something that they have apparently on the East Coast, because I had a roommate that was from South Carolina, and he did that whenever he would give me a haircut. I was like, that must be some East Coast stuff. But it is what it is. Other than that, what else is there? Walking's great. Lots of hills. Lots of hills. I'll reiterate that again. And I can't really think about much else. Rain, yeah. Seattle, y'all are definitely known for some rain. But I don't know. I mean, I was only there for 4 days out of my 9-day trip. And y'all are definitely known for rain, but I don't know. Y'all are known for rain, but here in Portland, I think they got you. I think they might got you beat. Okay, maybe not for the amount of rain, but definitely for the days that I've been here, because pretty much I've been in Portland and it's almost rained every single day. Seattle, there were maybe 1 or 2 days where it wasn't really raining, but later on it did rain. And I don't know, I think I got a sense that a lot of people are kind of trustworthy, because I don't know what this is, but first of all, I get on the train, right? In Seattle, nobody really checked, like if I had a card to be able to see if I could get on the train. I got on a train and nobody came by, checked anything, looked at anything. Y'all don't have like that built-in system where if you don't scan your card or your transfer or something, that they deny you access. That's really kind of weird. And then I go into my Airbnb, and I don't know what it was, but they must be really trustworthy, because half the time when I was staying with them, their doors weren't locked. Like when I would just come by and I would see, oh, the door isn't locked. Like I didn't get that. And I don't know if that's an indication of how the people are there or what. But I'll digress. Another thing I noticed about Seattle was the portion size of the food. Every place that I went to, the portion sizes were so small. I'm just like looking at this food, I'm just like, you're kidding me, right? I paid $10 for this. I paid $15 for this. I mean, like, it was good food, but it's still like, sucked. Kind of sucked about the size. I'm like, man, this, nah. And I'm not going to out any places that I went to, because I don't really want to say anything about that. And there's something final that I'm trying to think about. There was, oh, I know what it is. When you go into restaurants in Seattle, a lot of them were, you go in there, and after you finish eating, you put up your own dishes. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think that more places should do that, because it would clear up a lot of overhead. It's just something I noticed. And it's pretty good. I checked out with one of my friends, though, that's over on the East Coast. I've been down south before, and certain other places over on the western half of this country. And this is the first time I've ever been to any restaurant or cafe where when you leave, you put your dishes away in like in a tray, where they just come by, pick it up, and then they clean it. That's pretty impressive. Well, that's it for me and my vlog for right now. That's this review that I got of Seattle. All in all, great city. If I ever find any type of work here in a couple years, I will definitely check it out and then see what's happening. Now that I think about it, man, I'm sweating. I got a little shine on my nose. But that's it for me. I'll upload this tonight, do another video tomorrow when I'm at the airport, and then that's it. Bye.